hold on.
Hello, my name is Jerome, and this is my lovely wife, Inocencia. We're with Signature Cruise and Travel, powered by Travelution. And this is our first mentoring session where what we wanted to do was kind of get some feedback, answer some questions. But before we started, for about first 15 minutes or so, we just wanted to give you some updates, let you know what we're seeing, and just kind of give you some trend ideas of what we're seeing that's going on. So we're going to just share our screens, and then we'll go into the mentoring sessions where we will be looking for you to turn on your screens and just ask questions and see what we can do to really get our business going. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. One second. There we go. Okay, awesome. So we're really excited about, I don't know how your week has been for the last couple of weeks, but ours has been crazy. There's so much going on in travel, and really people are just calling us, and we're really having trouble just keeping up, but that's a good problem. And so we just wanted to speak to you about a few things that we want to encourage you about. Like I said, the trends and things that we wanted to just share with you that we've seen and experienced, and just to get you an idea for those that perhaps don't have the opportunity to really keep up with everything that's going on, just a quick oversight. So travel update. Hey, this weekend was a vital point that travel agencies, the travel industry looks at. 4th of July weekend is one of the heaviest traveled weekends during the year. And wow, what we saw, well, the numbers are up. For the first time since COVID and this year, and we're looking at the dates between July the 2nd through the 4th when people travel the most during this time period. This year, according to TSA, the number of people that passed through the checkpoints in 2021 was 5 million people, 700,000 people, almost 5,800,000 people. And last year, when there was COVID, the same time, it was just under 2 million. But pre-COVID, it was 7,300,000. So you can see there is a dramatic jump from 2019 pre-COVID to the actual last year about this time when we were in the midst of COVID to now. That is some encouraging news about travel. This is one component of travel when it comes to air travel, but it's huge in that air travel indicates a lot about what's going on with the rest of the travels, people that are traveling to the various different other types of destinations and that they can go to. So this is between the July 2nd and the 4th. So we're really excited to see that number. And if we can just get like a fraction of a percent of 5.7 million, just think of what we can be doing.
And just to chime in here, this is only travel that TSA at the checkpoint at the airport was able to process, right? But we have people who does land destination. So imagine if we have 5.7+ million people traveling by plane. You also have people who have taken cruises. You have people who have jumped in their own car and drove to a particular destination that wasn't too far away from them that they needed a plane to get on. So when we saw these numbers, we got bugged out excited, because what this is an indication is indicating that travel is getting, pretty soon we're going to say travel is back. I don't know about you, but when I see the numbers go from 1.9 to 5.7, oh, that is extremely encouraging.
And just remember, this is just over a 2 or 3 day travel period that we're talking about. So to what Inocencia was saying, more than 47.7 million Americans traveled for the 4th of July weekend. By the looks of the packed airports and the return from traffic, summer travel is in a full swing. It really is. We might as well say travel is already back, but there's so much more to come back. And I know exactly what you mean by that. What we're seeing nationally will be the second highest travel volume for the 4th of July since we've been keeping records, which is more than 2 or 3 decades. And that's what was said by John B. Townsend. So there are a number of analysts that are looking at travel and what's happening. And 4th of July weekend is a real trigger to really, it's the middle of the year, it's the beginning of the summer, and it's really kicking into play. And we as travel advisors are excited about that, and we're excited about the opportunity that brings for us.
I am out of here. Deuces. Anybody want to say deuces? Right? So as shown in the previous slide, people are traveling. I don't know how much to say it. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the news and what is going on, but people are traveling. People are like, look, I'm tired of being cooped up in my house. I'm ready to go. And people are saying, I'm out of here. Mask or no mask, I am out of here. So why we are so excited? We're excited because we know that millions of people are booking travel, right? And as I place it on this slide, millions of people are booking online. And they're booking online. And my question is, are you open for business, or what you are doing? Is this a hobby or is this your business? Because if you have millions of people booking online, people that in your circle, people that you know, you need to get the word out. People need to know, okay, I probably took a hiatus because of COVID or whatever the case may be, but I'm back. I am back. I'm back to help you say, deuces, I'm out of here, right? What is it that your clients want? People ready to go. And I would ask you, how many new clients are you ready to serve? How many new clients you want out of that 47 point whatever million that just traveled this past 4th of July weekend? How many new clients do you want? Do you want the same amount of clients you had before? Are you willing to do what it takes to get them and serve them with excellence? I can't answer that question for you. I only know that people are ready to go. And if people are ready to go, they need travel advisors that are gonna be there for them, that's gonna be with them, that's gonna walk them through stuff. That's what people are looking for. Some people are in such a rush that they ain't waiting for nobody. Or if they're calling you and you're not returning their call, that is the reason why they're going to the website, because they can't communicate with you. So is your business open, or is this a hobby? Only you can determine that. If your business is open, if you're open for business, then open your mouth and let people know that you are ready to help them do exactly what that young fellow is doing. Peace out. I'm out of here.
I can't add to that.
Okay, and then this brings me to this slide. Is your own mindset everything? When I saw this, I said to myself, wow, this is really a powerful slide. And I wanted to be able to use it today, because our own mindset as travel advisors is our mindset. And it's our mindset regarding our life, regarding our business. And the mindset that we have is a key component of how we handle and how we manage our business. It's critical. But, and here comes that but, we must not assume anything for our clients. Do not assume for your clients. Yes, we know stuff. Yes, we have information. Yes, we are the advisors, and that's who we are, right? When we look at CDC restrictions are guidelines for us to provide to our clients. But we are not their jailers. We are not the ones that gonna put them in jail if we recommended something and they chose to do something different. We are their advisor. Why am I saying this? If someone comes to you, if a client comes to you and they selected a particular destination that they want to travel to, it is our responsibility as advisors to give them the information. Let them know what the CDC restrictions and requirements are, but not because we ourselves won't go to that particular country or state or location. It does not necessarily mean that the client does not have to go. That's why I say we are not their jailers. We are the advisors. Our mindset, what we want to do, how we would like to do it, is totally different from the mind of your client. And that's why we work together. We work with them, we give them the advice, we provide them with the information, but ultimately, it is their decision to make. It is not our decision to tell them what they should do and how they should do it. We just provide them with the information. And in this COVID environment that we are in, it is very easy for us to want to sort of kind of like persuade them to do what we would like them to do based on our mindset. But our mindset is our mindset, and it's for our business. And what we do as advisors is serve our clients, serve them with excellence, provide all the information that they need, and allow them to make their decision. They know the guidelines. If they decide that they want to go to a particular country and that country requires testing and that country requires vaccination and that country requires that they are quarantined or whatever the case may be, you gave them the information and the ultimate decision to make is their decision. So that's why I say, is your own mindset everything? No, it is not. When it comes on to the client have his or her own mind to make up, and their mindset is probably different from yours. They want to go. They want to do deuces. They want to be out of here. You give them the package, you give them the proposal, you give them the information, and the rest, you leave it up to them. You work with them towards making the decision, but do not try to persuade them to go in the direction that you would like to go. You are the advisor. Give them the information and allow them to make that final decision.
And when she was talking about do not assume for our clients, in the years that we've operated as travel advisors, that advice that she's talking about now is something I had to learn to do because I had an assumption that if they were older client, they're going to want to do certain things. If they're clients traveling with small children, they may want to do this or that. And sometimes what I came to realize is that I had to be a better listener to my clients. And we talked about this in previous trainings. As a travel advisor, when a client does call and speak to you about kind of what they have in mind. Sometimes you have to listen to what they're saying, and I've said it before, you have to listen to what they're not saying. But ultimately, you have to listen and then go with what they are asking for. And sometimes we do think in the terms of ourselves and what we would do, but the client has a totally different idea. They may even have a whole totally different reason why they're doing what they're doing, and that we're not aware of. They don't know. They don't necessarily tell you everything that's going on. So not assuming is a great point that from the perspective of what Inocencia just mentioned and what we're talking about when you're, because the closer you get to what the needs are of the clients, the better advisor you're going to be. And so just keep that in mind about not assuming, listening very carefully and making sure that you're working with what they want, not necessarily what you want. I've made that mistake and I've actually lost sales as a relates to it. They went and did it their own because they didn't, the funny thing about some clients is they don't want to like really embarrass you or make you feel bad. So they'll say, I'll think about it. And if that's code for, I'm going to go somewhere else because you're not getting what I want type of thing. And I never hear from them again. So that has happened. And each time I experience something like that, I always kind of step back and say, what could I have done differently? So I'm always learning from why did that client walk away? Sometimes they didn't walk away because they didn't have the money after I showed them what it was. That's why one of the questions I ask now is, what's your budget? And most of the times you'll get I don't know. And so then you have to kind of force it a little and say, well, if I can get you on this trip for about $5,000, are you in a position to pay that kind of money? Or is that or are you in a position to, is that your budget, line of budget? And so you have to kind of back up into it because ultimately when they do get that proposal and they see that price, they're going to know then what their price is. So to get in front of all of that work and looking for what they really want, it's good to try to drive that answer so that you can get as close to it as possible. And you don't have to go with the back and forth, oh, that was too much. And well, why did you tell me that in the first place type of deal is always what's in the back of my mind. Sometimes you have to kind of get it out of them. There might be their negotiating skills that thinking they're kicking in, but we're not here to, we're here to serve them, not to try to mess with them and take as much money as we can from their vacationing dollars. And so one of the postures I usually have is trying to make sure that they know I'm on their side. Next slide. So we're excited because the world is at a discount. There are all-inclusives and unique experiences that are all offering great offers, essentially. And I love the one where Amtrak is getting in on it when you can get on a nice sleeper train and do some sightseeing. The Rio Resort is recent. This is one of their most recent offers where you get 15% off. Rio has done a lot of renovating of their resorts and reopen. They're beginning to reopen them as safely as the thing that they're trying to do. And so the world is definitely at a discount.
As travel advisors, one of the things that we have to keep in mind is making sure that we are plugged in, right? We need to be plugged in. Being plugged in with our vendors, right? Our vendors, the partners that we have, that is what's going to keep us current and fluid in terms of what really is happening and what are some of the discounts that are taking place. Even the cruise lines are given, buy one, get one, or buy one and 60% off, or whatever the case may be. So there are tons of discounts that are happening right now that you as a travel advisor are able to share with your customers, your clients. Let your clients know what's out there. For those of you who are in the trenches or getting ready to get back in the trenches of the travel business, get your travel business back up and running. If you are here, right, on this training, it's because you want to know, because you are in. And if you are in, what I'm saying is be in. Get in. Do what needs to get done. right? All of these things are being offered out there for your clients. Some of them want to go, but they don't know where they want to go. They don't know what they want to do. You are their advisors. So look into some of these offers that the resorts and the cruise lines are having. Put something together. Put something on your Facebook page. Pique their interest. Put it on your Instagram. Send out an email blast to your clients and let them know, hey,
Make the call.
you're ready to travel. Listen, we have all these amazing, discounts and stuff is happening. What can I do to help you? What can I do to serve you? When are you planning your next vacation? But you can get the word out. And what better time to get the word out? Like I'm looking at this, I think Royal Caribbean information right here. And it said save on 2022 sailings, 60% and up to $150 off. And I'm like, who won't want to have this? It's not a sailing that is taking place in 2021. You have sailing all the way to 2022, and you can put a group together and you could just get the ball rolling. So I am just saying, I don't know, but I'm excited about what I'm seeing with travel, and I'm about to go. Let's go. Let's get it done.
Yeah, there's so many offers that are out there. I was blown away when I saw this Maldives offer. I remember about a year ago pricing Maldives. Ooh. It was close to $12,000. Yes. Now with flights, they're 42. The resorts, cruises, they're all really looking to get the attention of the travelers and get them engaged in travel. So when we're talking about the world is at a discount, we're talking about cruises, ocean or river, and they now have these new and renovated ships and even home ports. And as to Ino's mentioning, when you contact your clients about these new features and that are available. For instance, I recently spoke to one person about, and I've mentioned this before, about an anniversary that he wanted to do with his wife, and I told him about Royal Caribbean opening up cruise ports in Bahamas and Barbados, and he happens to be from Barbados, and he ended up booking. The Royal Caribbean had a very attractive offer where I think it was $1,200 for 7 days of sailing out of Royal Caribbean. Every single day you were at a new port. Typically with cruises, oftentimes you have at least one or two sea days where you're just on the ship. Here, that's such a great value. Every day you're in a new country for 7 days, $1,200 total for two people. He jumped on it, and I mentioned this before. Then he told some friends about his trip, and then they added it. Just this past a couple of days, I had to turn his one trip into a group. Because I had 12 cabins all of a sudden, and I'm still getting calls about just before this meeting. Somebody says, "Is there still room on the ship?" Because my sister wants to come. When you open your mouth and you talk to your clients about these new opportunities and these new offers, it comes. You just have to open up your mouth, and whether it's Facebook ads or not ads.
Not ads.
Posts to your business accounts and things of that nature, or emails, things of that nature. Hotels and all-inclusive resorts are reopening, and they're reopening strong and safe. And that's the key thing that we need to share with clients, because oftentimes I call the client and say, well, we weren't sure what was going on. And because we're staying connected with these resorts and their trainings, we're able to share with the clients and give them confidence that, hey, you can travel safely. And they're having great new grand openings and exciting new locations. And as we join these training calls with these resorts or even tour operators like Vacation Express or Pleasant Holidays, and they're telling us about what they're doing, we can share that with the clients. Even car rental prices have dropped dramatically. Just a few months ago, because of travel, COVID, the number of car rental had to get rid of their cars, and so what was left was double the price. Now I'm able to get prices at closer to what it was pre-COVID. So this is all an opportunity to share with your clients and earn big. The more you share with them, the opportunity to have these discussions. It's not a sales pitch kind of conversation. Hey, have you heard? This is I know you're into cruising. I know you've been everywhere else, but there's a new location new port that they opened up, or new ports that they opened up. You might be interested. What do you think? And it works. It just works, and there's no way I can put it other than that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like what we went way over 15 minutes. We're just excited about all the things that are happening that has been keeping us busy. We want to have all your phones and emails ringing and buzzing as well. So at this time, I'm going to stop the share and let's dive into questions that we can answer for each of you. So feel free to turn on your cameras, turn on your mics, and ask the questions that we can answer that will help you in your business and in your travel. Thank you so much for listening to that brief report.
Don't be shy.
Hey, Kim, good to see you.
No questions?
No questions? Somebody's got a question. Go ahead. Hey, Doug, how are you?
It's fine. How are you?
Awesome. Good to see you. Like the glasses.
Thank you. Supposed to get a new pair someday soon. I've got one question. How do you find out, like if somebody wants to go to Mexico, how do you find out Mexico's COVID restrictions or guidelines?
Excellent question. As with Mexico or all other locations, what I've been doing, because it's a part of my proposal process when I'm sending them information about the potential resorts to stay at in Mexico or Jamaica, or wherever it is you go to the country's tourism board site. All countries are keeping their tourism board sites up to date as to what is the current regulations or protocols for COVID as you enter, as well as leave the country, because you have to, sometimes people leave that out when they're talking to their clients, because the United States requires specifics. I had a client that just came back from Jamaica, and I had to remind them, did you at a lot of resorts, offer the test for free. Others will charge a small fee, but the United States requires that you have a test, COVID PCR test. That's the quick rapid test where they just put a swab in your nose or the back of your throat, and within 3 days before entering the U.S. And so as far as any country's protocols, just if it's Mexico, you just type in Mexico Tourism Board. Google that, and it will send you to the tourism board. So that's how you go about doing that. And I usually include that in my email to the client so that they can see, because it might change between the time you've booked them and 3 months from now when they travel. So I make sure to leave that link in the proposal so that the client can, and I encourage them, please check this link about 10 days prior to you departing to make sure that you are current with the guidelines.
Restrictions.
Yeah, and the restrictions.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now I do take an extra step now. 10 days prior to, because I work with my CRM software every day, so I see who's going to be traveling the following week. I will actually check myself and send them an update. Now that's just me being extra, but that's I told my wife about it, because oftentimes what we'll do is we'll actually when we know they're supposed to be returning, we'll actually check the flight that it left on time, and check when it's
flight status.
Sorry.
The airline and flight number.
I did not say anything to you, Alexa. So to check, we actually check for when they actually land, and when they do, we will send a text saying "Welcome home" from our business phone number, with a little welcome home image. These are just all these little extras that we do that I think the clients really appreciate. We tease though, because if we keep doing little things like that, and once you get too big to keep up with all those little things, you might be in trouble. You might spoil them.
But another website that you could also go to, Doug, is CDC, right? You just go to the CDC, because the CDC.org, they have all of the guidelines there also. So either one will work for you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I know each of you have been busy this week. So what are the questions? We're here to help you get to the next level.
You guys don't be shy, you know, this is what these sessions are for.
Yeah.
You getting your questions. I know everybody's shy when you're put on the spot, but if you're shy, just put it in the chat box. That's fine.
Open up the chat. I forgot about that.
So this is Key Bentley. I have a quick question.
Okay.
Hi. Do you guys find that most of your clients come from word of mouth, or do you have like a separate like Facebook business page that you use? How have you seen that work for you? And how long have you been doing travel?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this November will be our beginning of our seventh year.
Your 7th year? Okay.
So we're just, November is when we started. So this November will be the end of the 6th year, and we'll be starting our 7th year.
Okay, so then I will rephrase my question. Within the last, minus COVID, but within the last 36 months, minus 2020, 2020 was a wash. So within the last 36 months, do you feel that most of your clients come from word of mouth, returning clients, or what you're posting on your social media accounts?
Most of our clients comes through word of mouth, and because of our clients, the clients that we have, we post, we just update, put stuff on our Facebook business page, but most of the clients that we have has been clients that we originally had. Word got out that we did something for them, and it just and they have kept us busy. We haven't had time to say really market. We had a what is the system that we had that would update on the Facebook page?
Oh, Royal Caribbean's.
Right. So
Agent Studio.
Right.
Agent Studio.
We had Agent Studio that will update, put interesting thing on the page. But for the most part, we have built our business based on referral.
What we have done is made our service our clients to the point where they are our advertising. And like I told you about the Barbados cruise, we handled that client, but I haven't spoken to this gentleman in years. And I don't remember, I didn't remember him when he first called. I remember he knew me from years ago. And this was the first time he was booking travel with us. And he knew us through somebody else that booked through us. So the word of mouth has been our most powerful tool, especially when you serve your clients with excellence. We keep using that word because it's the driving force that, you know, if you see a great sale at Macy's, I usually tease my wife about this all the time. She'll make sure to call her girls and say, hey, there's a 90% off sale at Macy's on shoes. She'll call from the store because she's so excited. So that's the same energy that we've employed. And when you serve your clients well, they do the advertising for you for the most part. And that's how we've been able to grow exponentially.
And also what we do with Facebook, prior to COVID, everywhere we went, we did Facebook Live. So we got hits, you know, people that we know that will see us on the Facebook, and it will trigger, right? Because it's those touch points. So it will trigger something that, oh, you know what? Let me give them a call because I want to book something. I want to book a cruise. I want to book a vacation. So we have used Facebook extensively, in particular when we someplace, when we travel. When we are traveling, we are Facebooking, we're doing live, we are posting pictures. Those are triggers. So even clients that we have not heard from in a while, because we are posting, it will hit them and they will see the post and that will trigger them. Oh, wait, let me give them a call. They're still in business because again, and that's why I phrase it. Are you in business or is this a hobby? Right? Because some people do travel. It's just, if somebody called me and asked me to do something, I'm going to do it for them and that's it. So to me, someone with that mindset, you're not really developing or building a business. You're just doing it here and there, as a hobby. If you're developing a business, you have to have different type of touch point for your clients. People have to know that you are still in business. But if you're not doing anything, that's why it's important to post on Facebook. If you have Instagram, do post it on Instagram. If there's a way that you could create a like a flyer with different promotional stuff and send out to your clients, you are going to find people who you have not contacted or they have not contacted you in a while. Those are triggers. Seeing them is triggers. It's going to bring, oh, you know what? The last time I did it online, but oh, they're still in business. Let me give them a call. So I would say by God's grace, we have been, I was blessed because of consistency, right? Because that's what people are looking for. People want to see that you are consistent in what you're doing. If today you do it and then tomorrow that you don't do it and they can't reach you, then it's like, okay, is she or they really running a business or what really is it? So consistency is key. Touch points are key. Post on Facebook because people are watching what you are doing and they're paying attention to what you're posting. And as long as you're consistent, and that's why we use that service, because on a consistent basis, even if we don't have the time to go and post, we have a service that is posting.
The other touch points that's been valuable, that has helped us keep, the idea is to keep you in mind when people think of the travel. And so some of the other triggers that we've used or touch points that we've used to make sure that people think of you when they think of travel, when it's people's birthdays, we send our CRM, is the customer relations management software. Currently, Travelution provides test or e-solutions when it comes to CRM, but we are working on a new one very shortly that we're excited to introduce hopefully very soon. But that software has all of our clients' information, including their date of birth, their anniversaries. And so we trigger that software automatically at the beginning of each year to send birthday greetings to our clients. Hey, happy birthday from Signature Cruise and Travel. And it's just that, no sales pitch, just, hey, happy birthday. Same thing for anniversaries. The other thing that we do is the two major holidays that we usually will do this for really is Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll send Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday greetings to all of our clients. And so again, these are all triggers that let people know that because it's coming from our business email, they'll see a picture of us, logo, things of that nature.
Okay, so I'm familiar with CRMs from other business that I've done, but not with travel, I'm not familiar with the best CRMs to use for those scheduling, those emails, or for those automatic emails to go out for happy birthdays and for housing all of that information. Which one would you guys recommend? I know you just mentioned there's a new one or something coming out that you'll be transferring to.
Yes, Dave and Faraday can answer to that better because we are working. They are working on providing a great new product. They have more.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that should be coming soon, and so we're looking forward to that as well. And one of the other touch points I wanted to just mention is every time we go somewhere, whether it's Florida, Tennessee, or the Caribbean, when we're staying at a hotel, What we'll do is we'll do a Facebook Live of, hey, this is a tour of the room. We're staying at the Marriott Orlando. That's just, that's our area. But we're actually posting, look at this beautiful hotel, this room, it has a refrigerator, it has this, it has that. Look at the view from the window. If you were interested, contact Signature Cruise and Travel. This is a live that we're doing. It takes a few minutes. But again, that's another touch point that we're using that lets people know we're in business. People love travel agents that travel. They don't necessarily have to know where you are. It could be down the street from your house. But when you're doing those type of lives or promotions or touch points, people love seeing travel agents that travel. And so that's been a powerful tool for us.
For us, yeah.
So do we have any others?
Any other questions?
Oh, thank you for that. I really appreciate the information you've been given. I signed up in 2019 and then I was about to get serious in the fall and then COVID hit. So I took as everyone else, kind of took a seat back, but I am getting started again. So I'm trying to figure out like how serious I want to be about this, but I am working on a really big trip for my cousin's 50th birthday to Cancun. It's really exciting because I already have about $11,000 booked for 2022. So I'm really excited about that. I'm like, okay, this is like my test. Let me see how this goes. And then I'm really kind of like mapping out to kind of like go full force on everything. So I'm soaking up all your information. So thank you.
Awesome. And that's very encouraging, especially to hear that you kind of took a little bit of a hiatus, but you're right back on it. Can't wait to meet you. It sounds like you're doing some great things. What I would ask is when you say you're booking them, I assume you're handling their air as well as their hotel stay. Is that right?
I'm using Vacation Express as a supplier, so they are round trip.
Yes.
They are round trip, so it is the all-inclusive resort for the hotel, the flight, and the transfers, and I am pushing for the insurance as well. And I'm happy you asked me that question because I have out of the people that I've booked so far, I have about 2 that have declined the insurance. And so I can't remember if I was on the Travelution's back office or if I was on Vacation Express, but I found a decline form, like if a client is declining insurance. And I downloaded the form and I was like, I need to get the people who are declining the insurance to fill this form out. Is that something that you recommend?
Absolutely.
Sometimes they may not want to send out fill out a form, but typically what I would do is write a confirmation email per your request. You are declining insurance. Please respond accordingly, or something like that. Something I'll even text it as long as once I text it to that individual and I just please confirm, and they'll say confirm. I'll actually copy that text because I'm using my computer to generate the text as well. I copy that text into the CRM software and note it with the time and date that I received it from that client. So whatever works that keeps it simple and not too complicated for yourself or your client is fine, as long as there's some sort of confirmation. When we use Google Forms oftentimes for when we're booking clients. And so one of the questions we ask is, do you want insurance, yes or no? And so we have them answer it there, but whatever works. I'm glad you're asking for insurance because it's still, while travel is growing, insurance has become more and more of a vital part of the package. And so the other thing I would encourage you to look into is excursions while they're there, so that you can perhaps increase your bottom line with excursions as well, and of course enhance their vacation experience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what's going on with everybody else? How have your week been? Have you been able to contact your clients? What have you been doing to get in touch with your clients? We'd love to hear your feedback so that we can kind of maybe advise you on maybe another way or a different way, or maybe you could share a great way that all of us can know. Yes.
We don't know. We don't know it all.
Yeah.
We don't know it all.
We're still learning too.
We don't know it all.
So what has everybody been doing to reach out to their clients? Have you been reaching out to your clients in the last, this is the summertime, people are really thinking about travel, especially later this year or next year. Have you
Summer
been?
vacations, people are out, kids are out of school,
Yeah.
parents are tired of being in the house with homeschooling. They're ready to go. So have you been contacting the, people? What have you been doing? What would you like to do? What would you like to help us help you do? That's why we are here. But we can't help you if we don't know.
And Jerome, I just wanted to pipe in because you were doing such a good job answering Kay's question on whether your referrals, your business has come from referrals. And since she's got a big group for 2022, I wanted to recommend, if you didn't see it, Kay, I'll get that video to you that Ino and Jerome did on the techniques they use with connecting with their clients, with their groups to substantially expedite the client base that they've done such a good job. And you've got like the same situation with a big group that that one big group can turn into, from 25 clients, it can turn into hundreds of clients. So, and it was such an excellent training. So I'm going to forward that one to Kay. And I recommend it to everybody if they haven't seen that one yet. It was so good.
Awesome. I see a question on the chat box. I'm not sure the name of the person.
Flor-de-Lisa.
Flor-de-Lisa. The question is, when my client checked online through Royal Caribbean, their price is cheaper than me checking through Cruising Power. Why? Okay, there's a couple of reasons why that could be happening. Number one, it depends on when they check versus when you checked. They just started a new promotion. It's typically on a Saturday through Sunday that they will, or Monday, that they will start a new promotion. If you're talking about the very same day that when they contacted you, they saw something less, it might be because you're not applying all of the promotions that are available to that client. So whenever I'm booking a client, I will ask them, I'll get their date of birth and their full name. And the reason I do that is if they were a previous Royal Caribbean client or cruiser, there might be a Crown Anchor and they may be getting discounts from Crown Anchor. When you are on Cruising Power, you can look up their Cruising Power information by having their full name and date of birth and make sure that any discounts that apply for them is included in your booking. So I also asked them if they are military or police as well, because there's a discount from there. Know what state they live in, because it's oftentimes a discount from there. If you know their age already, you'll know if they're 55 plus. All of these things will add to discounts that could get their price either better than or equal to what they're finding. Oftentimes the first thing is whether they looked at it on a different date. If they looked at it last week and this week, the offers may be different. If they go back in, they may not find that same price. But oftentimes it's because of that. I've never been able to be beat by what a client finds on online with Royal Caribbean. There's always something that they perhaps put in when they did it that you're not, and it could be any one of those things.
And another thing too, when it comes on to pricing, you have to make sure that it's apples to apples, right? Because they might have put something in and sometimes it's the location of the cabin, where the cabin is located, the category of the cabin. So you have to make sure that when they come back to you and they say, well, I found it cheaper online. Okay, so are we doing apples to apples, or are we doing apple to oranges? Because yes, you might have find a price that it was cheaper, but when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the categories, making sure that the categories are the same, the dates are the same, the categories are the same, and then you could take it further. But again, we have never seen
Yeah.
where online is beating what we are getting through Royal.
Yeah, what you have to understand is, if for those that may not be familiar with it, is a person can say, I got an interior cabin for $900. And what they might have been doing is, within each category, each type of cabin, there are several categories. So interior cabin can have 4 different categories: interior A, interior B, interior C, and interior D. A is the most expensive because it's in the middle of the ship, and by the time you get to D, it's the cabins that are close or further away. So the quote that they may have received, or lower in the ship, because interior cabins are usually from the first deck all the way up to the top deck as far as interior cabins go. So it might be the category difference that's different as well. So it's not just interior, it's what category. Oftentimes when they ask me, they say that I asked them what category that they were looking at. And they often don't know, they just know interior. So that might be the issue as well.
Man. We're able to get education on different brands.
Okay, so
Disney, Marriott. In the back office, there's all them links.
Okay, you were reading it. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so I read your question, and Diane. Most of the places in the back office, if you go to the back office, there's a listing, right, that have links of each one of those, the Disney, the Marriott, the different group, like Royal Caribbean, Carnival. So you could go directly to that link. You could also go directly to the portals of like a Royal Caribbean, because Royal Caribbean and Carnival, they have educational programs where you get certificates. Like right now, I think we got, well, yeah. So you could go directly to the website, right? And you could click, what is it?
It's usually it's usually an education. They call it different things. It could be educational portal. It could be academies that they label it. But each vendor usually has a training portal for travel agents. And if you go, as Inocencia was mentioning, to Travelution's back office to find out the travel agent portal for Marriott, for instance, for Royal Caribbean, it's called Cruising Power.
Right.
If you go to cruisingpower.com, that is the travel agent portal to their website, as opposed to the layperson portal to everybody else. So when you go to the travel agent portal, there's always a tab that says training or development or academy or something of that nature, where you can learn more about that specific product. Disney has its, Disney was long. Oh my gosh. We are Disney certified, but it was a long course to get through. But once you get through it, the fortunate thing with Disney is that you are open to various pricing that you would not otherwise get, and offers that you'll otherwise not get. And when you finish with Disney, this is what you get.
You get one of these.
Yeah.
They mail it to you from Disney.
I can't see it. So yeah, so if you can see it, it's just a little recognition that you are Disney Destination Genius. Yes. So we thought it was cute. It's like a number of different pins, basically, as you go ahead and accomplish each chapter of Disney. So we keep this nearby so that sometimes when we're talking to clients, we have our credentials nearby to say, yes, we are Disney certified. And that usually fosters additional confidence with clients when you do. So I'm glad you're interested in the training. You do get a lot more information that you can share with the clients that shows your professionalism. Don't have a travel agent portal yet. It depends on which vendor you're referring to. If it's a specific vendor, you can certainly shoot us an email, and we'll let you know which travel agent. If you can't find the travel agent portal for the particular vendor that you're talking about or thinking about, let us know. Shoot us an email, and we certainly would let you know what is that travel agent portal for that particular vendor. If you're having a little trouble finding it. Any other questions? Just we're really interested to see how everybody's doing this last week or these last 2 weeks. It's just reaching out to clients. Hopefully you're really reaching out. That you have to get the word out that you're in the business. So we're just curious as to what everybody is doing to let people know you're in business and that you're ready to help them out with their travels, because we can use some help. We're getting quite a bit of calls and keeping up. They're out there. They're willing to travel, but they got to know who to go to. And
Yeah.
it's just a matter of you letting them know, like you said, through social media, emails, calling your clients. And it's never a sales pitch. That's what I love about this
Right.
business. Just asking, hey, what you been doing?
Oh, there you go. I see you, Farah. She put Disney.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Disney, concerning Disney, the course is long.
But it's worth it.
It's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
And they are sticklers. They are very sticklers. If you don't certify with them and you post anything on your page, Facebook or any page, if you post anything having to do with Disney, if you use the Disney logo and you didn't renew, because for us, we have to renew
Every year.
every year, we have to renew our certification. So if you didn't renew your certification or you didn't have a certification with them at all, and you post that on your Facebook, I'm telling you, they have social media police, because they contact you, they send you via email, they send you a note, and they tell you need to take it down. So
To answer Ray's question, yes, we do use Travelify. That's a software that, for those that don't know, is a separate software that you pay independently for, but it was well worth the investment. In fact, when we invested in it, the very first booking that we got through that, we did a proposal using Travelify is a software that allows you to send very nice proposals with pictures, very animated proposal tool. And we love it. And so it's a tool that allows you to really show your professionalism.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful tool. We definitely would highly recommend it. But the first proposal that we sent through Travelify, once we received it, the commissions that we received from it paid for the Travelify software in one shot for us. So it was well worth it. So I definitely would recommend Travelify, but it is a separate cost and investment that you make. But it comes back to you. Yeah, absolutely.
we should send them so they could see what it's like if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that one of these days. So hopefully it's 9:03. We want to make sure to answer everybody's questions. I'm looking at the chat box and I don't see anything else. But please, we encourage you, start making those calls to your clients. Make it casual calls. It's not sales calls at all. We were at dinner last night talking to some friends over dinner, and we mentioned the Barbados cruise that we just talked to you about, where we and they said, "Oh, we would like to go. Send us the pricing." It was as simple as that. We were just talking about how great we thought it would be an opportunity for to get out there one of the days. In fact, we decided we're going to go because the price is just great. For a 7-day sail out of Barbados, and every day you're at a different port. You can't beat that. And have a great time, and really with some new ports. Look it up for yourselves. You'd be surprised how some clients are looking for something new. They've done the Caribbean East, they've done the Caribbean West. This is an opportunity to do the Caribbean South with new ports. And oftentimes people that especially have done cruises are looking for that. And if you're keeping up with a lot of these resorts, they're opening up new resorts. There's a new Hard Rock in Punta Cana, if I recall correctly. There's a number of new exciting resorts that it's just a matter of dropping their sales or their offers in your email or even in your Facebook account. Sometimes what I'll do is the emails will come to me and say Hard Rock is opening and 50% off through June. I'll just snip that picture, put it in Facebook and say, contact Signature Cruise and Travel if you're interested. It's as simple as that sometimes. And so that's another way of kind of doing things.
But a lot of the vendors also make it easy for you because they do have free marketing materials that you could use. I know pre-COVID, we used to order all of the travel books and stuff like that and have it to give, hand out to our clients for them to have something that they physically have that they could browse through if they wanted to. But a lot of the marketing stuff that you need, you could find directly on the vendor's portal because they have it for free.
Hi, Kay, did you have another question?
Key.
Is it Key or?
It's Key, Key. Key, it's Key, yes. I do have another question. Or I was listening to something you mentioned earlier, but like before you start posting flyers and things of that nature that can be grabbed from a supplier's site, do you have to be certified with that particular supplier?
No.
Okay.
Disney is a stickler for using their branded material.
Okay.
But most of it, what you get in the emails, they're happy for you to share. In fact, oftentimes what they'll do is say this is a shareable version, and they'll even send it in such a way that you can put your name at the bottom of the flyer
And your contact.
and your contact information, and then you post it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So a lot of vendors make it easy for you. So the thing is to sign up. You sign up with them, and you pay attention to the emails that they send because when they send you email, they're sending you emails about whatever type of special they're running or what they have for discount, and then they're encouraging you use this flyer, use it and send it out to your clients. So they cut out all of the guessing and you trying to create a flyer on your own or whatever the case may be, because they already did the work for you. The only thing you're doing is adding your name, your contact information, name, phone number, website, or whatever the case may be. So they make it really easy for you when it comes on to marketing the product.
Absolutely. Those slides that you saw earlier in our overview, I was able to just grab off emails that came to us. Amtrak is doing something new with their service. They're trying to get in on the travel game with sleeper cars and things of that nature and viewing mountainsides. And so if I just take that and put it on our Facebook, and we have a Facebook, Instagram, and a Twitter account, and just say, contact us if you're interested. It's just giving people different ideas of forms of travel. Some people are not ready to fly out of the country yet. So we've been making sure to balance it with staycations, stay in the United States type of vacations, as opposed to flying into outside of the country, because some people are not ready for leaving the country just yet. So I would definitely balance those offers with that, because COVID is still a very real concern for people, but it's not to the point where they're willing to get out the house, but maybe not out the country quite yet. Okay, well, we're hoping that everybody is excited about travel as we are, and really we're looking for you, hopefully the next time, to let us know what you've been able to accomplish, what you're doing, what your groups, what kind of groups or types of, maybe even unique locations that you found or that clients are interested in, because if you share with the rest of the team here, there might be something that we need to be sharing with everybody else. We gave you the Barbados one, definitely. They still have the cabins available for that. That's a great sailing. Just so that you know, the Barbados home port is a seasonal port. So it's sailings only through November through April of next year. If with Royal Caribbean is one of the only ones that I believe is doing this. So it's definitely something that makes it special, because it is seasonal as well. And that was one of the other points that I was able to make to clients. Hey, you want to get, you don't want to wait another year for this type of thing. So definitely, it's an exciting time for travel advisors. One of the things I didn't put a slide up for that I saw many times over, and you must have, if you're keeping up with the travel news, is more and more people are are seeking the advice of travel
Mhm.
advisors because of all that's going on. They can't
Mhm.
keep up with the current events. It's
Mhm.
our job to do that and then to educate them and advise them accordingly.
Mhm.
So they need us now more than ever. There's always going to be people that are going to book online, and that's
Right.
fine. But there are those that want to invest their travel dollars and make sure that they are handled by experts that care about their travel and not just a online travel agency. And like I said, we make extra steps to make sure to let people feel comfortable, whether it's checking in on them 10 days prior to say, hey, have you looked into those COVID requirements for the country that you're traveling into, things of that nature. It goes a long way with people looking into traveling. So we want to thank you so much.
I have one last question. I'm sorry.
One last question's coming.
One for the road. Okay, this is my last question. When we are, for example, I'll use Vacation Express for an example. So when you're booking like a round trip for a client in Vacation Express, and there's a section I noticed I haven't run into this yet. I haven't had a client ask me to add in their travel miles, but have you ran into that when a customer has said, I want to apply travel miles to this trip? And if so, did that deduct what the total cost of the trip?
Well, you need to find out whether they will accept it, right? Because some when you book in package, depending on what is being booked, they may accept using the points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Using points, it will deduct the amount of the total cost of the package. So it's calling them and finding out, hey, I have a customer that a client that has a points, and they're interested in booking the air using their points. And they will say, yes, we could use it because certain airlines would allow it, certain company will allow it, and certain won't. So it's not a definite no, but it's not a definite yes, because it's something that you have to contact them to find out if they will do it that way. For the most part, when we find clients that want to use points to book, we just do it separately. We go directly with the airline and book it with the airline, and then do the other portion as a separate booking.
Yeah, if you're talking about packages, oftentimes what I find is they won't allow it, because what happens with packages is they are combining everything and then discounting it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're hesitant to use points to further discount it when it comes to packages. So where you can perhaps get that done is, instead of using Vacation Express, is using VAX, the VAX website, where in the VAX website, there's a Southwest Vacations, there's an American Vacations, if I remember correct, there's a Delta Vacations. No, Delta is with, I'm trying to remember the name. Delta there's a separate site for Delta that's not within VAX. So each of those airlines have vacation departments and departments. And so that's where I would use points. If it's an American Airlines client that wants to use points, I would go to the vacation, because the American Airlines Vacations Department has a travel agent portal, so that you can book directly with American Airlines, the flight, the hotel, and the transfers. So they're like a Vacation Express, but it's a direct with the airlines. So that's the route that I would go. So that what Inocencia was saying is a maybe with Vacation Express, but when you're working directly with their vacations departments of those airlines, that's when I would see that the possibility of using the points.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, oftentimes it's happened with me where my client told us, and one of the questions I've learned, especially if it's a sophisticated client, they wanted to, one of the things that you have to be concerned with sometimes is if they hope to use their points or their status with a certain hotel. Like if you're a Hilton Honors member, but you booked we booked their trip through their vacation through Vacation Express or Pleasant Holidays, a tour operator, but essentially what that is, where they're basically taking net prices and bumping it up a little and paying us commission. Hilton will oftentimes not give that person that status, meaning if when they go to Hilton, they get a free upgrade or they get free water in their room, whatever it might be when you're using your Hilton status, because you use a tour operator to book it, sometimes they won't get those privileges for that particular vacation. So when I know I have a seasoned client that's likes to use points and things of that nature, I will go to Hilton Honors Vacation Portal and book their vacation directly, so that when they arrive, because we booked it directly through Hilton's vacation portal, they get the status of everything that they normally would get when they arrive. So we've run into that once or twice, but oftentimes it was the client not telling us that that's what they had in mind. So experienced travelers, sometimes I'll ask them, were you planning on using any points or using any privileges? Because this may not come with any of that, and that saves a lot of headache.
Okay, I am working with one, actually I'm working with about 4 more to this trip, but one of them is specific with Delta. And so he's actually in Africa right now, him and his wife, for 14 days. And so I'll be working with them when they get back, but I have a feeling he's going to ask me about Delta. So I just have a really good feeling with that, because he wants to fly with Delta. He's like, no, if I can't fly with Delta, then just book the hotel for me. So
well, you're able to, with Vacation Express, to ask specifically for Delta.
For Delta.
You can ask them. Yes.
Yes, I know. I've seen it. And I've done a cross comparison with the rates for this particular package for Delta, our rates to Cancun, and a round trip, all inclusive with Delta, and our rate is actually about $500, about $458 more, excuse me. And so if he was to just do it himself with Delta, it would be obviously that money less. So
well,
the only
say you compared it to what? Vacation Express to what did you compare it to?
It was Vacation Express with, I did it separate. It was Vacation Express with a hotel on the hotel's website, and then with Delta, because that's who he has his points with Delta. And so I combined the prices together, and it was about four something less.
Okay, so what I would recommend you do, Travelution does have Delta Vacations as a travel agent portal for Delta Vacation. It's called World Agent Direct.
Okay.
So in the back office, you should be able to find the link for that. If you can't, certainly.
It was dropped. Someone dropped it in there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Try them if that's the case. The other workaround that I've done to try to match a given price is we would use Centrav, our air consolidator, book the flights separately with them, because they have certainly discounted prices as well, and then book the hotel separately and make the package that way. So there's all kind of workarounds that you can do when you're trying to achieve that. Sometimes it's just not possible, because we've run into it where somebody was at some very high tier with American Airlines, one of our clients, and we just simply couldn't beat what American Airlines was doing, because it was American Airlines selling itself. So that's happened, but typically we can get very, very close to it and go ahead and because we're servicing them, we added the value that, hey, we're going to be watching out for your vacation, making sure that everything is done, and you and watching out for them as well. And sometimes we're able to add by the time the package is done, when it comes to insurance or excursions, we make up the difference, if you will. So there's ways around that. It's just a matter of finding out what they want, and then those options that we discussed might be what will save the day.
And what was the other flight one you mentioned that you used?
Centrav.
Centrac.
Centrav.
CEN. I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
And there was, and somebody else mentioned Fairbuzz as well. You have to, of course, register with these vendors, but once you do, and it's easy enough to do, it's usually Centrav.com that's the air consolidator that's provided through Travelution that gives discounted prices as well.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So we're hoping to hear some great news for everybody. And it's a 9:20. We want to respect everybody's time, but we don't want to cut off anybody either.
No.
Please ask the questions so that we can talk about a successful week the next time we talk.
No more questions?
Well, if you think of anything, please email us. We'll be more than happy to answer your emails as well. In the meantime, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday, when we are looking to do a full training starting at 8 o'clock.